All right, isn't this absolutely shocking? That's a terrorist, a dreaded terrorist who was released by India way back in 1999. India was forced to do so in return for a hostage swap. And from then on, he launched his own organization, Al-Umar, a terror organization, which he says is the same as Jaish-e-Mohammed. And it's almost like a business that he runs in collaboration with Maulana Masood Azhar, a man who really evokes a lot of fear in the valley. He has carried out a number of attacks on security forces and security installations, including the Pathankot Air Base. Yes, they work together. This is what he has claimed. He also said that it's not so difficult to cross the border. At this juncture, he is in Doda in Kashmir. And Niranjan asked him what he's doing there, who helped him. He said it's not a big deal. I don't want to explain how I crossed over, but this is absolutely shocking that he is being helped by Pakistan. Towards the end of that conversation, he didn't go into detail, but he did admit that Pakistan helps us through its system. Clearly, there is a blessing from Pakistan as far as these terrorists are concerned. And that's why Pakistan is able to say that one day, people of Kashmir and us, we will celebrate Independence Day together, the 14th of August. Let me go across to our editor, Niranjan Narayan Swami, who had that exclusive chat with Zargar. Zargar is in Doda, Niranjan, and this is absolutely scary. Clear proof that Pakistan has helped him from Kandahar when he was released way back in 1999, and they allowed him to flourish, to keep his terror organization going all these years.
Yes. Well, there's one disclaimer that we have to put it out, at this point. That disclaimer is that we don't know whether he is really in Doda, whether we can take him at face value, Parikshit, because it's something that we can't vouch for. We don't know if he's really in Doda. When we managed to get in touch with him, he claimed that he was in Doda, and I asked him for how many years he was in Doda. And, this is something that he said. He said, I have been here all along. And when I asked him specific questions, he said, I've been here for about 7 years. I remember Kandahar happened in the year 1999, towards the end of 1999. He was let off back then. Very silent about what he did in those 10 years while he was in Muzaffarabad. But he did, of course, confirm that he did cross over from Kandahar to Kashmir via Pakistan. He claimed I was in Muzaffarabad for at least 10 years. This is something that he did. So he did say that he was in Muzaffarabad. I asked him specific questions on whether he's still working with Masood Azhar. I asked him whether he's in touch with the Jaish-e-Mohammed. Specific questions about Masood Azhar, he said, I am working together with the Jaish-e-Mohammed. I asked him whether he spoke to Masood Azhar. He said, I haven't spoken to him in a while, but I am working with Jaish-e-Mohammed. I don't know whether we played out that part of the conversation, but I also asked him whether he was willing to surrender. I told him that the day I had the conversation with him, Parikshit, it was the day that Zakir Musa was believed to have been trapped in Tral. And I asked him whether he would surrender. I told him that he would meet the same fate that Zakir Musa will in a few days from now, because I know that our forces are very close to that. He said, I will not surrender. But regarding his location, which he claimed he was in Doda, we cannot vouch for that. We do not know whether he's really in Doda. But one thing is for sure, and this has been established in this conversation, that he was helped by Pakistan. He was in Pakistan. He has exposed Pakistan that after Kandahar for close to a decade, he was in Pakistan. So the IC-814, the terrorist was released by India during IC-814, a man who's behind many attacks. He was in Muzaffarabad. He was aided by Pakistan. He's exposed the help of Pakistan. He could still well be in Pakistan. This is what we know, and that's what the conversation proves, Parikshit.